I just wanted to make a video about my initial thoughts on Elden Ring. Now I've finished my first playthrough of the game. I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but there will just be some visual spoilers. I mean, if you know, you know. There probably is already. But I just wanted to make a quick video about my initial thoughts playing through for the first time. So I think it's safe to say that I absolutely love this game. I think immediately it's one of my favorite FromSoft titles. I think it's definitely overtaken Bloodborne for me. Whether I think Dark Souls 1's better or not, I haven't quite decided yet in my mind. I haven't quite decided that yet, if I think Dark Souls 1's better than Elden Ring. But I am immediately surprised with just how quality the game is for it being From Software's first attempt at an open world game. And I've got to be honest, that's something that really did worry me. When Elden Ring was initially revealed, that was my biggest concern. It going open world, you know, is it necessary? Is it gonna kind of ruin their previous formula that they had going on? This is all completely unscripted, by the way, so we'll see how well an unscripted video turns out. But yeah, like I said, my biggest main worry was it going open world. You know, will it lose kind of that interconnectedness, that fantastic level design that the earlier titles had? And somehow it's not. It's their first attempt at an open world game, and they've absolutely cracked it. Like I said, it was probably the biggest worry to me. Like, I knew I was going to enjoy the game, at least to some extent, going in. But I was thinking, you know, is it going to be diminished? But it absolutely wasn't at all. They still managed to keep the interconnectedness and that feeling of, oh, I found a secret place, oh, I found a surprise thing, that was probably at its best in Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne. And they still have kind of the more linear Dark Souls 2 and 3 designed caves and things like that, you know, scattered across. And with the teleportation mechanic as well, it is just great that it has that immediate, like, oh, I found this, I can just go back to this whenever. So that's amazing in and of itself. The combat's really fun, but they really overuse the, oh, I'm gonna hold my attack just like a few seconds more and then hit you in boss fights. But the combat is still really fun. The game in general just kind of feels like, whereas Dark Souls 3, to kind of give away what I feel about that game before my video when it comes out, it kind of feels like a greatest hits of Dark Souls specifically. Especially Dark Souls 1, and with a teeny tiny bit of Demon Souls sprinkled in for good measure. Elden Ring feels like not a greatest hits of From Software, but a culmination of everything they've learned and everything they've worked on since Demon Souls' initial release. You've got that kind of creepy atmosphere of Demon Souls and that visual storytelling that I think is at its best in Demon Souls. You've got the interconnected feeling of Dark Souls 1 somehow in its open world. You've got the power stancing of Dark Souls 2. You've got the excellent tight combat of Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, as well as some of the visual horror of Bloodborne and the sneaking mechanics of Sekiro. So it feels like everything they've learned, they've kind of combined it all together into this title, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. The story's really interesting as well. It's really engrossing. I don't fully understand everything yet. There is usually quite a big gap in FromSoft games, so like when you first play the game, like I like to go into it relatively blind whenever there's a FromSoft title coming out. But I feel like the general narrative that it presents, you can follow along with little issue, and it is satisfying in and of itself. Along with, I did not expect them to be multiple endings. There's 6 full endings you can get in this game. I think only 3 of them count towards achievements, but still that is way more than I thought there was going to be. I thought that going in there would just be one kind of canon ending, because I thought, how could you kind of tie that into an open world game? But they managed to somehow with these really varied quest lines. A lot of the NPCs are very unique and have that whimsical feeling of Dark Souls 1 at their best. And of course, they're just kind of fucking weirdos, which is what you want in a game like this. And the bosses, like, there's a stupid amount of unique bosses. I think that, I want to say there's 8, don't quote me on this, I think there's close to 100 bosses just in the game, and around 80 some of them are completely unique, which is, regardless of whether you think any one particular boss is good or bad, is an insane amount of work that's gone into that. Absolutely crazy amount of work that's gone into just the sheer amount of content there is in this game, and worthwhile content as well. There's so many quest lines. Like, I feel like this is something where other FromSoft games, if you have a guide, you can do everything in one playthrough. Elden Ring is like the one game where I feel like it is absolutely impossible to do everything in just one playthrough alone. Like, I definitely know I will be going back to this both for an upcoming video that's more scripted and in my own time. And magic as well. I've never felt magic be so integral to one of these games before. Like, every other game I've played from Software's, magic just feels like another route you can go down, you know, another avenue. Elden Ring magic is the most required it's ever been, because MP is used for a lot of summons, not just like NPC or player summons, but like you can summon spirits of like enemies in the game and use them to revenge that way. And magic's a lot more streamlined and integrated, I feel like. Like, when I first played Dark Souls 1, the reason why I went with a more sword and shield build rather than magic is because I found it kind of too confusing to get into. Magic is by far the easiest and most natural it's ever felt just get, and it's not even something you need to specialize in or put a lot of points into. It is just something that I feel like every player should have a little bit of, just kind of on the side in Elden Ring to get the most out of it. And that's to do with the Ashes of War mechanic as well. Like, you have a special move like that. Like, that's Ash of War that I just used. And it's kind of like the weapon arts from Dark Souls 3 taken to its natural evolution. Weapon arts were cool, but they didn't really feel important or kind of necessary, really. They just felt a little bit tacked on. In my opinion, I haven't played Dark Souls 3 in a long time, so that might change when I start recording for it. But as far as I can remember, they did feel a little bit just kind of tacked on. In this, they feel a lot more naturally integrated, just because of the sheer variety of different Ashes of War you can go into, and how helpful they are in battle too. These can really help turn the tide of battles and boss fights, and I think it's really, really cool. Elden Ring, I think the most incredible thing Elden Ring's really done is live up to the amount of hype that it managed to build pre-release. Like, I cannot remember the last time a game had the amount of hype that Elden Ring did and managed to actually live up to it. And you know what? Then some, in my opinion. And that is the best thing it's done. And it really could do, in my opinion. Just live up to that incredible amount of hype. It's a fantastic game. That, and the most amazing thing is, I'm not sure Elden Ring's even done. Like, recently we got an update where they added NPCs and additional quest lines. Now, that is crazy. They have never done that before, as far as I'm aware, apart from if they were doing DLC. And this game, you cannot say it doesn't have, like, content. You can't say that it was, like, not that it was rushed out the door or anything like that. This feels like a complete package title. So the fact that they're going out of their way to just add more stuff for free is absolutely amazing to me. And I have little doubt that we probably will get DLC. I know that we didn't for Sekiro, and honestly, if we didn't get DLC for Elden Ring, I'd be completely fine with that. Like I say, it feels like a finished title on its own. It doesn't really need DLC. But even just the prospect of getting it is incredible to me. Like I say, this game is absolutely incredible. I really, really struggled just putting this game down and doing anything productive. It was a real issue until I finished it. And like I say, even then, I'm gonna go back for more. I'm probably gonna go back and maybe get all the achievements. I haven't decided yet, but I'll probably go back and get all the endings at some point. But I do want to keep this file open in case there's any DLC that they add post-release. So yeah, I know I've kind of rambled on a bit. Like I say, this is definitely an unscripted video, and there will be a full analysis on Elden Ring coming at some point. Probably not anytime soon, I'm going to be honest, but a more scripted video will happen eventually. But I just wanted to get my initial thoughts out after a first playthrough, because this game is absolutely incredible, and I just needed to talk about it in some way. At the minute, it's probably my second favourite FromSoft title, just below Dark Souls 1. That may change with recency bias and time, things like that. It may go down, it may go up, I don't know. I really can't see it going down in my view, but I could see it overtaking Dark Souls 1 as my favourite FromSoft title. But yeah, I just wanted to get a real quick video, just stating my thoughts on the game. Like I say, I think it's absolutely fantastic. If you have any remote interest in picking up this title, definitely do so. I really, really do not think that you'll be disappointed, especially if you already experienced FromSoft's previous work and haven't got this game for some reason, you're on the fence. Yeah, this game is incredible. Definitely get it. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've put close to 200 hours in this game, just on a first playthrough alone. Just exploring as much as I can, completely blind, not getting... Like I say, the only things I saw were the initial reveal trailer and the trailer from about a year ago, from when we didn't have any news from ages back. And I gotta say, I was not disappointed. I was very, very happy with what I experienced, and I feel like if you are into FromSoft's previous titles, or just have any passing interest in Elden Ring at all, you will be interested and not disappointed too. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video I made. Bye bye.